Hello, everyone, and welcome to Code Red by Women for Women. I'm your host, Sophia Allen Hendricks. The topic of a woman's menstrual flow and the challenges experienced is still somewhat taboo. Furthermore, the issue of safe menstrual products is not often discussed. Here on Code Red by Women for Women, we help shed light on this subject. Each session, we talk with women on the front line of the Justice for My Jewel campaign, as well as women they have helped along the way. We also talk with advocates of women's well health. On today's session of Code Red, I'm particularly excited. So, we have an international show, we'll call it today, because my guests are actually sitting in another country. So, my guest today, we have with us, we have Abigail Henderson. Abigail, give us a wave.
Hi.
Awesome. And then we have Tina and Kai Thomas. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you joining me on the show. And you guys are joining me from Jamaica. I see the flag being represented there in the back. Awesome. Awesome, very good. I'm really pleased to have you guys on the show. And truth be told, I always say that, but I am super duper pleased that you guys could stop Sundays. I know Sundays is kind of that quiet day when you sort of chill out and regroup for the start of the week. So I appreciate you guys stopping by and thank you for doing that. So we'll kick it off with asking you guys to introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you. And so I want to start with Tina and Kai.
Yeah, well, I'm Tina. I am a mother of two. I'm a flight attendant and a proud Jamaican. And this is Kai, my daughter.
I'm Kai. I'm a student at St. Andrew High School for Girls. I do dancing. I'm also in the Key Club and the yearbook committee.
Awesome, awesome. And off camera, you told me that you are in sixth form, which is sort of like you're transitioning, you're in your transition point.
Yes, I'm going into grade 13. That's upper six. So this will be my last year.
Those watching who is not sure about what that means, it means that she's sort of at that entry point where you're really sort of in college, but you're doing it at the high school level in the Caribbean or in Jamaica specifically. So congratulations on that. And so happy to have you and thank you both for joining me. And how about you, Abigail?
Okay, my name is Abigail Henderson. I am from Jamaica, the beautiful Jamaica, of course. I just completed sixth form, which I am very happy for. And yeah, I have hobbies which I like to read, sing, and listen to music.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you guys again, as I mentioned, and appreciate you sharing that intro. So tell me, how did you guys get introduced to this product that we talk about on the show, which is the Jewel Sanitary napkins? And you guys are all customers. So, Abigail, tell me, how did you get introduced to this product?
Okay, I was introduced by my uncle, which is Uncle Jerome Chambers. Um, he introduced it to me last year, and but I haven't been consistent with it. But my uses over the months have been pretty good.
Excellent, excellent. And how about you guys? How about you, Tina and Kai?
Well, Jerome was the one that introduced me to it as well. We've been using it for a few months now, since sometime last year as well.
Okay, okay, excellent, excellent. Now, in terms of this product, I'm presuming, but I don't like to presume. Did you guys use other products prior to being introduced to Jewel?
Oh, yes, we did.
And I
Yes.
saw that little, oh, yes, Miss Tina. So, what was that experience like? Because before we get into Jewel, what was your off the shelf store brand purchases like in terms of your menstrual cycle experiences?
Do I say the name of the brand?
You don't have to. We're not here to point fingers
Okay.
on any particular brand.
Well, the brand that I used before, I used it from the beginning of my period, and I didn't realize how much toxins were in the product. So when I
Right.
heard I've always been into healthy, um, anything healthy, anything natural, because that's the type of person I am. So, Jamaicans, we look used to our bush stuff, so we eat the things that are organic, right?
Yes.
And when I heard about all the stuff that were in the product that I was using, and a lot of the symptoms that I was having, I heard that that could have been what was causing the problem. So I was really looking for a more organic type of product, a more
Right.
natural product. And so when I heard about Joel, I didn't hesitate to jump on board.
And what were some of the symptoms that you were experiencing, if you can share?
I had cramps, but my cramps, to be honest, weren't really that as excruciating as I've heard from other people. But my flow got really heavy, and I had cramps that I usually use. At sometimes I'd be able to not take medication, but then at sometimes I really had to take medication. So
Got it.
yeah,
So a lot of a significant enough or noticeable enough type of cramping, as
exactly.
well as the heaviness in the flow, was your primary symptoms
Yeah,
that you experienced. What about you, Kai?
Well, same. I had really bad cramps, like
Kai had it bad.
excruciating. Had to leave school or I didn't go to school.
Oh,
I had nausea. I would vomit sometimes. Headaches. Yeah, it was really bad.
so you compared to mom, your experience was much more significant in terms of symptoms. Wow. Okay. Got it. Now, but I'll come to you in a second, Abigail. So now that you've been using Jewel, you mentioned that it's been a few months since you've been using Jewel. Is that experience still the same? Because you've gone through the use different products. What has been your experience now?
Well, I actually don't have that much cramps anymore. I have a few on the first day, but they're not that bad. I can go through it. I can go to school, and the flow isn't as heavy as it used to be before. I don't really feel nausea anymore. I still get a little bit of headache still, but not as bad as it used to be.
Okay. Wow. What about you, mom?
Well, for me, the significant difference that I found is that my period is way much lighter. Initially, I'd be using like 2 packs and a little bit. Now I'm down to a pack and a little bit. So
Wow.
that's the significant difference that I've experienced, and that's just awesome for me because I hate, like I'm sure everybody else, every other girl, who just hates that heavy flow.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's more tolerant and it's much more comfortable now that I've been using the gel.
Very good. Very good. Thank you for that. Abigail, I'll come to you. So, what has your experience been sort of pre Jewel product and now that you've been using Jewel, thanks to Uncle Jerome for a little while?
Okay, so off the shelf product weren't working for me. It wasn't, and it's still not. Because I mean, the size of it compared to the jewels,
Mm-hmm.
the jewel is much more longer and it's much more comfortable. And I feel less pain when I use it because normally if I use off the shelf products, I would normally have to take pills. But when using the jewels, I wouldn't have to take, and then normally my undies will be messed up for the regular one off the shelves. With jewels, it doesn't. So it covers a very good amount of my underwear.
Excellent, excellent. So what I'm hearing you say is, and we all recognize that everybody's body type and shape is definitely different. What I'm hearing you say is, with Jewel, you have less accidents or no accidents. You have better
Yes, that's
coverage
right.
with the product, and you have a
Yes,
great deal of comfort level. And from a pain
yes,
standpoint, you've experienced a whole
yes,
difference where that is concerned
yes,
as well.
yes.
Excellent, excellent. So here's a question for you guys, and be honest with me, considering the difference, and it sounds obvious. Um, and Abigail, you touched on it a little bit in terms of not being as frequent or consistent in your use, and you've had good experiences with it. Would you guys go back to your regular off the shelf
Nope.
Brandon, considering that you're all the way in Jamaica, how are you guys managing to two parts? Stay with using this product, and also, would you go back if you would you run out and have to go back to buying something off the shelf?
It's kind of hard because I have to depend on Mr. Chambers to get it to me, but she does a very good job. But if I do ever run out of the Jewel brand, I would never use the other brand that I used to use. I would more go for another. I try and find another brand that says only cotton or only all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put my body through what I did before because of lack of knowledge. Because now I know. So there's
Right.
no way I'm going back. There's no way I'm going back. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back either because seeing the it has more advantages over the off the shelf products, so I wouldn't go back either. But the same thing with getting them from overseas is a little bit a problem, but I'm trying to be consistent with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate that. So, what's your and Abigail touched on it a little bit in terms of some of the things that she's noticed about the product itself. But what's is there any one particular thing that's your favorite, or that's a thing that makes you have the level of confidence that you have in this particular product? When you think about the design of it, you mentioned Tina using something, if you had to, that was more cotton. Is what is the thing that makes you feel the most comfortable and confident in this product, would you say?
Because of what it's made of. It is more just mentally you're more secure with because you know that it's nothing to harm you. It's not a
Yes.
product that's gonna harm you. So and like I said, the other products that I've used, the other cotton pads, they're not as comfortable to be honest. Because I tried one that I bought out here as well, and it was all cotton, but it wasn't very comfortable. It didn't have movement like the jewels had, and it just wasn't the same. And I know it's all cotton and that should be fine, but I don't know. The jewel just gives you just the ingredients of the jewel pad just makes you feel more like this is something that's taking care of you while you use it. So
Got it. Got it. How about you, Kai?
Yeah, it's the same. The ingredients is it's not all the toxins from the other brands. So even if at first you didn't feel the effects of the other brand, just knowing that all those bad stuff were in it, you're gonna turn it.
Got it. Got it. So just the makeup evidence that it's a natural product and it's doing all the right things for your bodies is what I'm hearing you ladies
Yeah.
say. Abigail, is that the same for you? Excellent,
Okay,
excellent.
for me,
So when I
really
think about, you know, go ahead.
okay, you're hearing me properly. You're hearing me.
There's just the slightest bit of delay. Go ahead. Abigail, can you hear me?
hearing it now.
I think I may have cut out a bit. Can you guys hear me again?
Yes, we can
Yes.
hear you now.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you.
Yes,
I
I can.
think I cut out a little bit. So, Abigail, you were just about to sort of talk about, the qualities of the product that you are particularly like. So, go ahead for me, please.
Oh, I was saying the size of it. It's that was what caught my eyes. So I wouldn't have to worry if I'm going to get messed up or anything like that. So I think that was one of the advantage for me.
Excellent, excellent. Do you find, because one of the things we talk about is the breathability of the fabric. Is that something that
Mhm.
you guys have experienced
Yes.
where you feel that, that there is less moisture and Good. Good. So, what would you guys say that we have? There's somebody watching because one of the things that I like to highlight when we have this show is that some of the things that is individual um, experiences that you're talking about your own first-hand experience. So for somebody watching, it to a regular pad on the shelf that they may think about a pad can do the things that you say. That's thinking, yeah, I'm not sure that a pad can actually do that. What would you each say? So I'll have you go first, Abigail.
Okay, so I would say give it a try because you never know. Because they always say that experience brings knowledge. So when you experience for yourself, I think you can get a little bit of what it actually can contribute, not only to your cycle but also to your health. So I would say give it a
Yeah,
try.
I think Abigail said it all.
Yeah.
Abigail spoke for us all with that statement.
Excellent point. Excellent. She hit the nail on the head, huh?
Yes, she did.
Very good. Very good. Appreciate
Mhm.
talking. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you guys stopping and sharing with me. And for those of you watching, my guests today are actually in Jamaica, hence the flag behind Tina and Kai. And so if you're getting a little bit of a delay in their responses, that is part of the reason is that they're actually online with me from Jamaica and stopping by to talk about their experience of them are customers of the product, using the product, experiences with it, and giving it the thumbs. I really thank you. And I appreciate that, Abigail, you mentioned your uncle Jerome. So I'm glad that he's been able to share it with you guys and that you had an opportunity to stop by and share that with me and just let us know what have been. So um, thank you, Abigail and Abigail Henderson. And thank you, Mom and thank you guys for joining us on the show today. Code Red by women for women. More about the Justice for My Jewel campaign, Jewel product, and you can do that by going to jfmj.org. You can also learn more about the Jewel product mentioned by getting in contact with the person who invited you or shared this live with you. If you discover message us and we will be happy to nation on the product. Ladies, very much, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. And ladies in high school,
Thank you.
congratulations, Abigail, on completing sixth form, and Kai, congratulations on